Hello, bad boys. If you want to win a $50 Amazon gift card, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to enter our giveaway. Mixed martial art is a really brutal sport. It is harsher than any of the other combat sports like boxing, wrestling, karate, etc. UFC is making the run at the top of the MMA world for the last 2 decades and is taking the sport to the next level. It is such a brutal sport and pressure condition, and it is very difficult to keep calm and control your emotions. I mean, your opponent is going to punch and kick you in the face, and it's tough not to think about that. MMA is a sport of respect between the fighters, and there are many such scenarios. Sometimes the fighters lose control and flood the emotion in the ring. Here are 10 times UFC fighters lost control in the ring, so stay tuned. 1. Fabricio Werdum kicked Travis Brown's coach. Werdum and Brown were at war at UFC 203. It was like some sort of action movie in which Brown was getting smashed by Werdum. Eventually, Werdum's hand was raised with the scores of 30-27, 29-28, and 29-27, after which Brown's coach, Edmond Taverjan, started cursing Werdum on the loss of his fighter. Werdum did not take it at ease and threw a front kick to Brown's coach. Holy crap. MMA is where violence and trash talking is acceptable to a point. But this incident gives the sport a look that MMA fans don't want to see. 2. Roy Nelson kicked referee Big John McCarthy after the fight. UFC heavyweight fighter Roy Nelson won the fight against Antonio Silva at UFC Fight Night 95, but was frustrated with referee Big John McCarthy as he believed it was a late stoppage after his right-hand shot on Silva. However, Nelson's way of expressing the frustration was by freaking push-kicking McCarthy in the backside after the fight concluded. Nelson apologized to McCarthy, but he said he didn't regret making the move. There are strict laws against hitting a referee. However, UFC officials did not take any disciplinary action against Nelson. 3. Michael Bisping spits on Jorge Rivera's corner. Jorge Rivera, the journeyman in the sports, attempted to get under the skin of Bisping by recording some videos taunting his fighting style, family, and his British accent, and that did not go over very well with Michael Bisping. At UFC 127, Bisping was absolutely on fire, and he was outstriking Rivera in the fight. Bisping finished him off in the second round and told Rivera to "Go home, loser." The next part was more shocking. Bisping then spat on Rivera's corner as he left. This was hated by many MMA fans who embrace the sports. I hope that no fighter acts like this in the current pandemic situation. 4. Paul Daley sucker punched Josh Koscheck after UFC 113 fight. Paul Daley is a good mixed martial artist to watch for in the fights. Even if his wrestling defense has sometimes failed him, his one-punch knockout power is what he is really confident with. And that could obviously be seen at the UFC 113 bout against Josh Koscheck. Koscheck smothered Daley throughout the fight and won a unanimous decision, which frustrated Daley. After which, Daley sucker punched Koscheck, which also punched his ticket out of the UFC. Come on, sucker punching an opponent after the fight does not give you a win. Daley should have shown his striking during the fight. 5. Jorge Masvidal showboating Ben Askren after the infamous 5-second knockout. Jorge Gamebred Masvidal is a hell of a superstar now, and you may have seen this at UFC 251, where he took the fight against UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman on 6 days short notice, and he then sold the pay-per-view as a champion. But what made him this famous was the 5-second knockout of Ben Askren. After an intense build-up, with his hands behind, Masvidal went out with a flying knee to knock out Ben Askren in just 5 seconds, giving Askren his first loss of his MMA career at UFC 239. Even after Askren was out cold, Masvidal hit Askren multiple times and then showboated him out of his hate. This was not a good end for the fight. However, When Masvidal was asked about it at a post-fight press conference, he stated, "It was super necessary." 6. Justine Quisenberry defecated in the ring. UFC strawweight Justine Quisenberry was in the fight with Felice Herrig at UFC in Oklahoma City. Felice tried to choke Quisenberry, when unfortunately, Quisenberry defecated in the ring due to intense energy during the fight. This was the first such incident in UFC history where a fighter defecated in the ring. But fortunately, Quisenberry took it as a real fighter. She didn't shy away from talking about it, and even made a joke out of it. So now you know what pressure in the ring can make you do. 7. Derrick Lewis did not stop punching Travis Browne. Derrick Lewis is also known as the Black Beast, and for a reason. He has huge power in his hands to knock out anyone on the heavyweight roster. At UFC Fight Night 105, Derrick Lewis knocked out Travis Browne in the second round. Browne ate a lot of punches, but even after he was knocked out, Lewis kept on punching, which were undefended by Browne. The MMA community thought that referee Mario Yamasaki took way too long to step in and stop the fight. However, Lewis was glad this happened, as he said he enjoyed punching Browne, who has allegations of domestic violence. Fighters in the ring are really dangerous, and if they have a real rage against you, then you are done. Well, this is not all. The next fighter lost control of his emotion too, but in a different way, so stay tuned. 8. Daniel Cormier cries after the loss of Jon Jones. Daniel Cormier is no doubt one of the greatest of all time. He has defeated almost every high-level fighter in his career. But Jon Jones did not give him that. The Daniel Cormier and Jon Jones rivalry is known to all MMA fans. The grudge between them is super intense. At the UFC 214 main event, Jon Jones and Daniel were on the warpath, throwing bombs at each other. But the head kick by Jon Jones sent Cormier spinning into the cage, and then the knee and a few punches finished it all. Cormier lost again to Jon. Jones went celebrating out of the ring. However, when Joe Rogan interviewed Daniel after the fight, Cormier broke into tears as he was very disappointed. He could not control his emotions after losing to the greatest rival of his career. 9. Covington crosses the line. In the era of Conor McGregor, trash talking has earned a lot of attention. Fighters often talk trash to sell the fights. Covington is one such guy, and also backed up his talk with solid results. It was more like a WWE gimmick. Kobe's persona of Trump supporter and ladies' man with hilarious comments caught everyone's eye. But at UFC Sao Paulo, Kobe crossed the line after he defeated the Brazilian legend Damian Maia. Kobe, when interviewed by Daniel Cormier in the ring, referred to the crowd as Brazilian animals and also called them dumb.
Maia, why did you ask for this fight and did it go as you expected it to? I should have knocked him out. Brazil, you're a dog. All you filthy animals suck. I got one thing to say. Tyrone Woodley, I'm coming for you.
This dude had a lot of courage to say so on the Brazilian ground. But as a professional fighter, this was not done. These comments went too far and were disturbing. Stay tuned, as the next incident is what you were looking for. 10. Khabib Nurmagomedov jumps out of the ring. The Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor rivalry is for the ages. Both are huge superstars in the world of mixed martial arts. Conor, as everyone knows, makes the fights interesting with his trash talk to get under the skin of the opponents. And the Jose Also knockout showed that this worked. However, Khabib, on the other hand, is very much a respectful guy who likes to just show his charisma in the ring. At UFC 229, Khabib dominated the fight against Conor, smashing him and winning the fight in the 4th round by rear naked choke. But Khabib took Conor's talk and build-up too seriously. Even after winning, Khabib was not done. He went on to jump on the McGregor corner to get a piece of McGregor's coach and friend, Dylan Dennis. Also, Conor was attacked in the ring by Khabib's teammate and cousin. After such a legendary fight with millions of pay-per-view, this brawl made it all the more intense. Till this day, This was an epic example of a fighter losing control in the ring. Fighting games are like a war, where anything can happen and nothing can be predicted. There is high pressure for the competition and fighters to overreact or lose control. However, this is what makes the difference in real fighters, to get in control of themselves and not give in to the flood of rage and emotions. This is all for the video. Subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications. In the description, you can find our most viewed videos. Bye!